Howdy, 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 folks. It's Kanaju. Listen, I was working on a lore video, believe me, I was, just like y'all have been asking me for. But then I saw this news and I thought, you know what? The lore can wait. So here we are. Now I know I had all these grand plans and I told y'all I would make a big return this summer, and I have been absent again. I'm very sorry about that. No excuses or anything. Just busy as all get out the last few weeks. You know, books coming along well, but it's taking up a ton of time. Getting ready for the start of the semester in a couple weeks, stuff like that. So again, I apologize, but I am here now. So this is the Deep Space Travel Break, YouTube's #1 No Man's Sky podcast. Probably. I haven't checked the numbers this month, so I assume. But today I want to talk about the upcoming No Man's Sky plushie drop. Something different. The 9th anniversary of No Man's Sky, right? And what it could mean, as well as that disappointing BioShock news. Fans of BioShock, you know what I'm talking about. So, with the anniversary coming up, do you think we'll see an update of any kind? Well, let's talk about it. Today's episode is brought to you by the valued members of the channel, aka the most patient people on the planet, TM. Thanks to their support and you dropping by, we have a show. So, let's get to it. All right, so last week, July 26th, Sean Murray, head of Hello Games, tweeted out a mysterious image. In it, we could see what appeared to be 2 plushies from the back, right? Based on a traveler and a Gek. In the corner of the image, we could see No Man's Sky X YouTooz. Very cryptic. What could it possibly mean, everyone wondered. Sean Murray, you Riddler, you. Kidding, obviously. It was, for once, Sean actually teased us with something very obvious that we didn't have to speculate about, which is that Hello Games and YouTooz, the collectibles company, would be collaborating on official No Man's Sky plushies, which is pretty exciting. Anyway, fast forward to August 3rd, and That Bomber Boy on Twitter, shout out That Bomber Boy, shared the collaboration is officially live on YouTooz website. So let's take a look. It looks like both plushies are set to release on August 9th. That is the 9-year anniversary of No Man's Sky's original release back in 2016, of course. Well, they don't actually release on the 9th. Their pre-orders go live on August 9th, with them actually shipping come December or something like that. Still, it's very cool. Both retail for $29.99 US. Both are 9 inches tall, or roughly the height of this Pikachu riding the Tokyo Metro plush I got in Japan. I know, it's very cute. So, the first of the 2 plushes is the Traveler plush. Did I say first plush, or did I say last plush? First, or you know what I'm saying? Anyways, its colorway is listed as 4th race, which is a fun Easter egg. I love the cutesy description. Quote, the Travelers discovered a new planet and it's full of YouTooz plushies. Time for them to blend in and learn all about the local fauna. You know, in that lore video I'm working on that you haven't watched yet, I mentioned all of the infinite things that might be canon, right? Or I allude to it. So it's totally possible that this YouTooz plushie planet is actually canon. You never know. Lore aside, though, it's a neat plush. Its design is similar to the Red Traveler we see in a lot of the game's key art. It's not exactly the same, notably the visor is a different color, but I think it's a pretty good choice to represent travelers, you know, in my humble opinion. I especially love the backpack. Even if it's missing the little eyeball camera projector thing, it's still really cool to see in plush form. Nice as it is, though, I'm actually way more hyped for the second plush. The Gek plush is essentially, it's kind of like my ideal No Man's Sky plush made real. Like, it's a Gek, it's green, it has that signature Gek chest plate that I love, and it has a cape. It's perfection, right? Checking all my boxes. And on top of that, its colorway is listed as Trade Lord, which, fun fact, I used to use the Trade Lord title in the game. I was Trade Lord Kanaju. So, it's pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited about this one. Plus, it's cute as all get out, right? So, I know there are certain folks who continue to harbor certain misgivings about the Gek, something about their violent, warmongering ancestors, but I personally have always enjoyed the Gek and their industrious trade culture. So I'm definitely pre-ordering this one on August 9th. I know folks always say, oh, don't pre-order stuff, don't pre-order games, but let's be real, I really want this one. So granted, I'm obviously getting both, but if I had to pick one, if like it was limited one per person, which way I'd lean. That's all I'm saying. So reaction to the initial tease seemed pretty positive, at least based on the Twitter responses. So that's cool. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, I have to say, I wonder if these are the only 2 plushies we're going to see, or if they're planning more, possibly. Because some of the other YouTooz collaborations, they don't normally just have like 2 plushies. They normally have like more vinyl figures or pins or like other related things. So thinking, looking at the game, Nada and Polo seem like low-hanging fruit. I mean, I would love to have a pair of Nada and Polo plushies. Or, I mean, any of the travelers in the anomaly. Maybe not Ariadne, but yeah. I could also see bobbleheads, similar to the ones we can place in our starships, being a cool collectible. I would love to have those. Not to mention we have fauna, like the blob that folks love. There's all kinds of iconic fauna, like those little, the little guy from Ice Age or Diplos, things of that sort. So there are tons of possibilities. But what do y'all think? Is there a No Man's Sky plushie that you'd pre-order instantly if they made it? Like a little Atlas station or something? Let me know in the comments. And this whole collaboration is pretty interesting for another reason. So Hello Games often like to celebrate the anniversary of the game's release, but their methods of doing so vary. Often we'll see an actual update to the game around August or so. The annual quote-unquote big summer update, as folks like to call it, is practically an annual event at this point. Though it should be emphasized, if you're new around here, that Hello Games has never promised or even implied that we'll get a big summer update in August. Or at all, really. It's just something the community is kind of branded, as we do usually get the biggest update of the year during the summer. This year's interesting, though, because we already received Worlds Part 2, which was massive. So another free update of that caliber or bigger might be asking a bit much. But then again, it is Hello Games, and they usually surprise me. So I have no idea. Keep your expectations in check, but you have to wonder if we're getting something like that around the anniversary. Another thing to keep in mind is that No Man's Sky merch store has been closed for some time. However, the Worlds Part 2 deep dive video, published back in January, did appear to tease some unreleased merch. We see a pretty snazzy looking water bottle and a close-up of what appears to be a t-shirt. The designs are nice and probably something I'd pick up for myself. And we also see a pair of Geck chef socks that just say very positive, which is silly, but I like it. And in the background, it might be a beanie or something as well. But altogether, it seems like Hello Games have been working on merch between updates, right? Between those and the YouTooz that we're definitely getting. So while it's possible these that we see in the video are simply prototypes, or maybe they're just produced for the team to enjoy, this latest YouTooz collab does make me think we'll actually see a return of more official No Man's Sky merch. Obviously, I realize that managing a physical merch store is a whole beast of its own, which is why they usually outsource this kind of stuff. But I do think No Man's Sky has a big enough following with enough demand to justify it. Also, just a side note, in the video we also see a quick glimpse of Joe Danger Arcade, which is, I had Googled it and didn't see any record of the cabinet existing, so maybe it's a one of one for The Office, or maybe it's something they're working on getting into arcades. I don't know, I just think it's a cool Easter egg. Another factor to keep in mind regarding all this speculation is that we still haven't heard anything new about Light No Fire since its announcement back in 2023. No new screenshots or gameplay or release year or anything like that. There's really no particular reason that they would give us more info on a completely different game to celebrate No Man's Sky, but again, with Hello Games, you never know. Maybe they'll just be in a celebratory mood and drop a tease or something. Could be cool. Light No Fire is currently my most anticipated game, so obviously I'm eager for any new info. Anyway, that's all I have on the new YouTooz plushies and anniversary speculation. What do y'all think? Do you think we'll see more from Hello Games and YouTooz, like more merch from that collaboration? Or how likely is it that we see an update or an expedition announcement for the anniversary? Should Light No Fire even be in this conversation? As a side note, I would love to do a live stream on the anniversary. I'll most likely be busy that day, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do one the day before or after, or if they make an announcement. So keep an eye out for that. In other news, I'd like to talk about something near and dear to my heart. Folks sometimes forget that this channel actually has 3 main pillars. No Man's Sky, of course, Assassin's Creed, clearly, and BioShock. After all, I am, quote, world's #1 BioShock fan, TM, unquote. Now, I don't blame y'all for forgetting about the BioShock stuff since I don't post much of it, but Jason Schreier of Bloomberg recently put out a report that really ruffles my feathers. So I wanted to talk about it here. To quote Andy Chalk of PC Gamer, it's a bad day for BioShock fans. So I know I said Light No Fire is my most anticipated game right now, and it is, but if they were to release a decent BioShock 4 trailer, that might change. BioShock, in case you weren't aware, is my favorite game of all time, and I have been waiting for a new game in the series for over a decade. Now, according to this report, the 4th entry that's being developed by Cloud Chamber has been delayed. Apparently, there was a publisher review and the game didn't do so hot. Here's what PC Gamer article says, since Bloomberg is paywalled. So, quote, "We are working hard to set BioShock up for the best possible future," 2K told Bloomberg. "Right now, we have a good game, but we are committed to delivering a great one. We are working closely with leadership at the studio to define this path," end quote. Sounds fair enough. I want BioShock 4 to be great too, right? Obviously, not just good, but great. And apparently, the game's narrative is the part that needs an overhaul, which is kind of frustrating to hear since BioShock is a series that really relies on unique storytelling, not just a good story, but unique storytelling, right? So this reportedly led to the ousting of Kelly Gilmore, who founded Cloud Chamber back in 2019, and they've put Hogarth de la Plante into a larger role. I think he was already creative director. So it's hard to imagine how significant those issues with the game must have been for such a shakeup to occur. It seems really significant. And considering it's now 2025 and we haven't even seen a teaser yet, I mean, I could possibly see 2K just being frustrated with the lack of delivery, right? It's a lot of money to spend on a game that they're not happy with. So that's purely conjecture on my part, obviously. Hoagie de la Plante, he worked as an artist on BioShock and an art director on BioShock 2, or environmental art director on BioShock 2. So he seems like a strong choice, right? But here's hoping they can pull together something incredible. And I say that because it's also been reported that layoffs might hit the studio, which would suck, obviously. Nothing concrete, but with such a serious change in leadership, it's certainly possible. So I wish the folks over at Cloud Chamber success. Here's hoping y'all can pull it off. In other BioShock news, unfortunately, apparently there was a remake of the first game in development that was canceled earlier this year, which is like, huh? Because this news actually got me livid when I first saw it. My friend sent it to me and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I actually tweeted about it too, which you should never tweet angry, but you know, I was passionate because you see, I love the first BioShock. I probably played through it over 24 times. I've bought it so many times as well on so many platforms, right? It's the reason I got a degree in graphic design. BioShock means a lot to me. That's why I almost can't stand the current iteration of the game. The BioShock remaster that was included in the BioShock collection just missed the mark for me. Now, I won't get into every issue I have with it because I have a whole list. It deserves its own video. But suffice to say, I think it's significantly worse than just playing the game on PS3. I would say playing it on PS3 is superior to playing the remaster. Full stop. Some graphics are improved, sure, but others are botched. And the audio makes the game almost unplayable for me in the current version. And believe me, I used to play the original game almost every day. Like, I had a problem. And now I don't even boot it up once a year. It's that poor of a port, in my humble opinion. So, yeah, I still don't see how so many reviewers and so many people gave it a pass because, man, that audio is just terrible. But anyway, all of this to say that I have been desperate for an actual remake, right? Just like take the game's original ambition, its original ideas, and combine it with today's tech, right? Give it Unreal 5 graphics. Keep the same story, right? Even the same voice actors, but give us a just better combat, right? Use the lessons learned from BioShock 2 or BioShock Infinite and just create this new interactive sandbox, right? Give us a more interactive Rapture, higher fidelity Rapture to experience that same story. It's like, I don't know. I can't believe they canceled the remake. It seems like it's such a home run, right? And it's like failing a test, but it's open book, right? You already have the answer. Honestly, making the original BioShock would be a dream project of mine. So, anyways, that's all I have to say about that. I love BioShock. Someone give me the license to BioShock. I want to make a BioShock. But that's enough whining on my part. That's our show. The No Man's Sky YouTooz plushies, they look incredible. The 9th anniversary is just around the corner, and BioShock continues to evade me. So, what a day of news. If you enjoyed my thoughts on the matters, thank you. Please leave a like on the video. It makes a big difference, believe me. And if you want to help me reach 50K subscribers, well, there's still time. So look forward to more No Man's Sky, Assassin's Creed, and the occasional BioShock coverage. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my valued members of the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Adios.